loud. Make a clip of that? Right there, smoothly in down the back straightaway. 3-car lengths separating. Big send on the inside. Kyle Terzak up the racetrack. Contact between the two, and it's going to be Braxton DeWeese winning here at Nashville. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the WD Broadcasting Network. We are live here from the South Boston Speedway as we prepare for tonight's Leave the Pack Late Model Series 100-lapper. South Boston, the fourth stop on the Late Model Series, the fifth stop on the Late Model Series calendar. So far in 4 races, we have had 2 different winners. 3 of those being Justin Brooks. He won last week at the Langley Speedway. He won the first 2 races at Kern and New Smyrna. He's put on a dominant display so far this season. As qualifying concludes for Jesse Binkley. These drivers trying to make their way into the top 16. That's the money spot here tonight. The top 16 go to the A feature from qualifying. On screen right here, Brian Grable, Bowling Green, Kentucky driver, running a WD Broadcasting Network number 22 here tonight. First lap time, he'll go to the top of the board, a 14.92. 14.92 first lap time for Brian Grable. We'll see what he can do. He'll go up to the top side and try to cut that car down for a better run for this final lap into turns 1 and 2. Into that yellow line, he'll try to get a good run up off the corner. Through turns 3 and 4, a little bit sideways, has to chase that car up the racetrack. Grable gets the checkered. Looks like he'll keep that first lap time of a 14.92. Brandon Elvis in the 54 machine up to the 3rd spot. And now the man that everybody has their eyes on, the 32-year-old out of McCole, South Carolina. This is Justin Brooks. Brooks so far this season in 4 starts has 3 victories. He has qualified at fast time all 4 weeks so far. We'll see what he can do on lap number 1 here in qualifying. First lap time, give him the top spot of 14.89. Just a little bit quicker for Justin Brooks. Brooks goes to the top of the board. Now, an interesting story for this car right here. This is Cortland Herman, the driver out of North Branford, Connecticut. You see the left side, it is gray. If you look at the right side right there, a little bit of lettering on that race car. As Herman finishes up his qualifying, he's in the 19th spot. Not enough for the A feature here tonight, but Herman not able to get that car fully wrapped before the night's festivities, and he's going to be rolling with a blank left side, but it's all right. He's going to roll with it anyways. As we have one final competitor, Bugsy May in the 28 machine. Bugsy making his first start in the late model stocks this season. See what we can do in qualifying. First lap time, a 15:21. That'll make him 24th quick. He's going to have to improve quite a bit here if he wants a shot at the A feature. And it looks like qualifying has concluded. We have 25 cars that have taken a lap time. Remember, your top 16 transferred from qualifying. We'll look at our qualifying results right here and grab a word from our fast qualifier for the 5th week in a row, Justin Brooks. Up into the broadcast booth. Justin Brooks, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Alrighty, well, for the 5th time this season, 5 consecutive weeks, you have gotten the top spot in qualifying. You're going to be rolling off from the pole for this 100-lap feature event. What can you do to pick up your 4th victory of the season?
Just keep the car out front, save my rear tires, save the right front tire as well. Just be smart about it and go when I need to go.
Yeah, timing is definitely going to be a pretty big key to this race. For those 100 laps, you don't want to push the car too early and, you know, kind of overshow your hand there. But you've got a lot of experience. You've won 3 races this season. I'm sure you can find a way to pick up another one. Going to have a pretty good starting spot, a pretty good chance to do it. Good luck to you, Justin Brooks.
Thank you, buddy.
Alrighty, folks, that was Justin Brooks. We'll get your lineup on the left side of your screen. Brady Cox and Jeremy Queen are going to bring us to the green. These guys have got 12 laps in the B feature. Your top 2 transfer: Brady Cox, Jeremy Queener, Cortland Herman, Justin Stoyanovsky, Zane Bierman, Logan Drumheller, Jacob Merrill, Bugsy May, and Jesse Binkley. Bringing us into the restart zone. The green is up, the green is out. We are underway. Down into turns 1 and 2. A couple of drivers almost 3 wide out back. That's Jesse Binkley getting to the inside of Bugsy May and Jacob Merrill. Out front, though, Cortland Herman in the 9 machine here tonight, trying to find a way into that transfer spot. Looks like he is able to get around Jeremy Queener in the 92. Meanwhile, back behind, Jesse Binkley trying to work his way forward. It'll be 10 to go this time by. A short 12-lap B feature. Not a lot of time for these guys to work with. Jesse Binkley, all kinds of sideways, hangs on to that race car. Currently in the 5th spot, just 3 spots shy of a transfer, all kinds of sideways. Losing a ton of ground. Here comes Logan Drumheller to the inside of Justin Stoyanovsky into the 6th spot. And oh, Jeremy Queener into the 92 machine goes around. Queener in the 92 around on the back straightaway. Not sure what happened there. But he was running in the 3rd spot. He was trying to get back around Cortland Herman for a transfer position. And Zane Bierman right back behind him. It looks like he just got loose off the corner. And around he went into the inside wall. A big hit. Luckily, nobody else was collected. Queener on pit road in the 92 machine. These guys have got 7 laps to go. Field given the 1 to go signal here. Get one more look at that. Up out of turns 1 and 2, the 92 machine is very loose. Could not hang on to the inside wall. And around he went. As the pace car drops back to the bottom side, into turns 3 and 4, through the restart zone, we're back underway. A good start that time for Brady Cox in the 76. As Jeremy Queener making his way out of the pit, Zane Bierman and Jesse Binkley bang doors for the 3rd spot. Both of these drivers hungry to make it into the A feature here tonight. Oh, and Bierman up into the outside wall, around he goes. And that's going to bring the field back under yellow. Big time issue there into turns 1 and 2. Zane Bierman in the 55 machine on the bottom side. Looked like might have tried to squeeze the 25 machine up. And around he went. As we are under yellow for the 2nd time here tonight. We'll go back and look at that on board. With the 55 on board right here. Right hook up into the wall. Nothing he could do once he got hit right there. Into the throttle, obviously frustrated that that happened. The field is given the 1 to go signal here. We've got 6 cars left on the lead lap. Zane Bierman down a lap, Logan Drumheller as well. We're going to send them back green with 2 laps to go. Next time by, the field not quite ready to go. So it'll be green flag this time by, 2 laps to go. Brady Cox has led from the drop of the green flag here. He's got Cortland Herman up on the outside lane. Jesse Binkley in the 3rd spot. He started shotgun on this field in the 9th position. Does he have anything left to get into the top 2 positions and take a transfer spot here? As the field is through the restart zone, we're back underway. Binkley to the inside for 2nd. Here comes Jesse Binkley trying to take over the transfer spot. Cortland Herman up on the outside lane. Gonna have to fight for this one. Binkley sideways in the 25. White flag is out. 1 more lap to go. Binkley up the racetrack. Herman around in the 70 machine. Big pile up behind, but Jesse Binkley is going to get away. Meanwhile, out front, Brady Cox in the 76 machine going to pick up the B feature victory, and Jesse Binkley gonna make it into the show. We're gonna watch what happened there one more time on the front straightaway. Looked like just a disagreement on space right there. They were trying to hold each other tight up off the corner. Go on board with the 55, or sorry, the 9 machine. And it looks like, I guess, we won't be able to. Yeah, it looks like we won't be able to because we can't get back to that replay. But a tough break for Cortland Herman there. Just barely missed out on a transfer spot. He was in the 2nd position most of that race. We'll get your results from the B feature here tonight. Brady Cox, your winner in the 76. Jesse Binkley, 2nd. Those are your 2 transfers into tonight's A feature. Then it's Bugsy May, just shy of the transfer spot, finished 3rd. Justin Stoyanovsky in the 19 finishes 4th. Cortland Herman, who had a strong run going, ends up in the 5th spot. Logan Drumheller finished 6th in the 5. Jeremy Queener in the 92 comes home 7th. Zane Bierman, 55, comes home in the 8th spot. Jacob Merrill, 9th, and Carter Hollingsworth in the 10 machine rounds out your field. So a chaotic B feature there. Now we get ready for 100 laps of action. Last week, Justin Brooks was your winner. James Pileski was 2nd. Justin Coleman ended up in the 3rd spot. Coleman, unfortunately, not going to be able to make it here tonight. Let's go ahead and grab a word from one of our B feature transfers. Jesse Binkley wanted to grab a word from Brady Cox. Unfortunately, not available to me in Discord. Up into the broadcast booth, Jesse Binkley transferring into the A feature here tonight. You got a copy?
Yes, I do got a copy.
Alrighty, well, started shotgun on that B feature, 9th place, 12 laps, not a lot of time to work with, but you were able to get that 25 machine up into the 2nd spot right when it mattered on that white flag lap. And you held on and ultimately made your way into tonight's A feature. How do you feel?
Relieved. I literally just got into this session with like 2 minutes ago because my computer wasn't working, so I had no practice at all. The qualifying was my practice, but I just was balls to the wall and didn't. I got away to the front pretty much, so I tried to do it clean and fast.
Yeah, definitely had to do it fast. There was not that much time to work with, only 12 laps, obviously. But you made it. You made your way into tonight's A feature, 100 laps. What's it going to take to get that many spots and maybe some more in tonight's A feature, 100 laps at South Boston?
Honestly, survival. Be patient. Try not to use as much tires, and just be there at the end. Honestly.
Yeah, you definitely want to be there at the end. That's going to give you the best shot at a good finish. But you had a good finish in tonight's B feature. Hopefully you can have a good run in the A feature here. But the lights are off on the warm-up session. It's time for you to get on the grid, so I'll let you get back to that and get all strapped in and ready to go. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. That was Jesse Binkley, number 25 machine, transferring into tonight's A feature. And we'll get the starting lineup for tonight's race up on the screen. Justin Brooks in the 33 machine going to be rolling off from the pole for the 4th time this season. Brian Grable going to come home, or going to roll off in the 2nd spot in the 22. Mark Keteman, your winner last night in the Tourmont division. He'll roll off 3rd. Brandon Elvis in the 54 machine is going to roll off from the 4th spot. Austin Godfrey will be rolling off from the 5th position. Chris Smith going to roll off 6th in the 80. Brian Voss in the 55 going to roll off from the 7th spot. Then it's Zach Murphy in the 29 to his outside. Caden Binkley in the 98 machine will start from the 9th position, with Trey Ashworth in the 8 machine starting 10th to his outside. Back behind them, it's going to be Jeremiah Woods Jr. in the 222s in the 11th spot. Then to his outside in the 12th position, it's James Pileski in the 93. Back behind them, it'll be Caleb Thompson in the 04 machine in the 13th spot, with Clint Walker in the 02 to his outside in 14th. Then Brandon Kelly going to make up the 15th position, with Adam Fulford barely transferring into tonight's A feature by 1/1000th of a second. Just barely made it into tonight's A feature on time. He'll start 16th. Brady Cox, your B feature winner, going to start the 17th spot. And Jesse Binkley, we just talked to, going to start shotgun on the field. Field given a 1 to go signal down the back straightaway. It is all bets off now. Pace car makes its way into turns 3 and 4. The field's going to bunt jump. We're going to make our way into the restart zone. The pace car is off. The green is up. The green is out. We are underway here at South Boston. Down into turns 1 and 2. Justin Brooks going to take the early advantage, but here comes Brian Grable in the 22 machine up top. He's going to try to take that high lane to the front. Lap number 1 going to be led by Justin Brooks, but barely, just by a nose. A little bit further back, we've got cars battling all over the racetrack. Everybody trying to get settled in as quickly as they can. Caden Binkley a little bump from Zach Murphy right there in the 29. Meanwhile, up front, Justin Brooks still hangs on to the race lead as here comes Mark Keteman trying to challenge for the 2nd spot. Keteman looking underneath Brian Grable for the 2nd position. Grable trying to hold that outside lane strong here early on. Right now we are 3 laps in. A couple cars battling for the 2nd position right now. Everybody back behind, slowly beginning to calm their way out, as Grable big time sideways right there on the top side. Not what you want to do early on, especially because these guys don't have a set of tires in the pits. Grable trying everything he can to keep that car in the right direction. It looks like he will. He's been kind of backing off a little bit there, letting that 22 machine get down in line. Back behind Keteman is Brandon Elvis in the 54 machine. Elvis sitting 4th in the point standings right now after the 4th race of the season in Langley. He's got 2 top 5 finishes so far this season. Running in the 4th position back behind him, Austin Godfrey in the 1 machine. Has limited starts here in the late model stock. Only 1 start. No top 10 so far this season, but he's having a good run in the 5th spot right now. He had a good run going last night in the Tourmont division, where there was a little bit of contact with the 8 machine of Connor Lee. Back behind, James Pileski in the 93 machine. Bringing out the Christmas wrap. It's Christmas themed here this week in Lead the Pack. James Pileski, one of the drivers, doing a wonderful job showing off his Christmas colors. The Grinch scheme right there. Currently running in the 10th spot. He's trying to work his way forward as there's contact up in front of him. Zach Murphy in the 29 trying to find a way around Caden Binkley in the 98. There's more contact. Murphy down the racetrack. 10 laps into this one. Tempers might be starting to flare here early on. There was more contact up off the corner. Binkley loose in the 98 machine as Murphy tries to find a way underneath. It looks like he will. Murphy back to the bottom, trying to take over that 8th spot. Binkley up on the outside lane, trying to hold him down tight. Come off the corner, looks like Murphy going to take over that position, but Binkley going to try the crossover move. He'll drive back to the inside. Not quite ready to give up that 8th position. And oh, up the racetrack goes Zach Murphy. Murphy up the racetrack. Binkley going to hold the advantage now as they come out of turns 3 and 4. Both cars loose. Look at the ground that they've lost to the car in front of them, Chris Smith. As, oh, Caden Binkley goes around in the 98 machine. Binkley around in the 98. And that's going to bring out the caution for the first time here tonight. Caution out on lap number 14 out of 100. Caden Binkley went around. We'll take another look at what happened to the 98 machine. He was battling with Zach Murphy. We saw a little bit of contact. Both drivers they were having a hard time getting a hold of those race cars. It looked like the 98 machine up into the corner. Went around. Try to get a better view from the drone footage. Like the 98 machine did not make any contact there. As we look at his brother Jesse in the 25, up to the 15th spot, 3 positions forward from the drop of the green flag. As the field sitting behind the iRacing.com pace car, Justin Brooks, still your leader. Actually, your top 5 still the same from the drop of the green. Tiedemann was working underneath Brian Gravel for that 2nd spot, but the 22 machine was able to peek out ahead just a little bit. Brian approached me today and said, hey, let me run one of your cars tonight, tomorrow, and see how we do. And I said, all right, works for me. So we've got one of my personal paint schemes on the 22 tonight. Grable currently in the 2nd spot. See what he can do on this restart. Going to line up next to your race leader, Justin Brooks. As the pace car works their way into turns 3 and 4, works his way off the racetrack through the restart zone. Good jump there from the bottom lane. We're back underway. Good jump there from Justin Brooks. That's going to allow Brian Grable to get back to the inside. Tiedemann in the 3rd spot with Brandon Elvis back behind him. Brian Voss and Austin Godfrey battling right there for the 5th spot. Voss up 1 position from the drop of the green. Here comes Zach Murphy in the 29 machine, working his way to the outside of Chris Smith, trying to go the long way around here early on. We are 20 laps in. We've got 80 laps to go here at the South Boston Speedway. Everybody getting singled out pretty quick, and around goes Chris Smith. Smith in the 80 machine going around on the back straightaway. And that puts us under yellow for the 2nd time here tonight. 21 laps into this one. Chris Smith going around on the backstretch. We'll have a look at what happened here. Oops, sorry about that. We'll take a look at what happened. He was battling with Zach Murphy. We were watching that. I think the 80 machine just got loose right there. And there was nowhere for Zach Murphy to go in the 29. We'll have another look at that on board with Murphy. On board with Zach Murphy right here. You see the 80 machine get sideways. There was nowhere for him to go. Leski lucky to shoot through there as fast as he was coming through that one. He was able to get that car back in the right direction though. As we get the 1 to go signal. Double up behind the iRacing.com pace car. This time by we will be a quarter of the way through this one. We'll be 25 laps in. 75 to go. Pace car is off. We're underway. everybody single file up through your front four, now the front back straightaway. Brian Voss and Austin Godfrey continue to battle for the spot. And James Pileski in the 55 into the 29 in a big pileup on the back straightaway. Several cars involved. Both Binkley brothers, Brady Cox, Caleb Thompson. We have got issues on the back straightaway. Let's have a look at what happened here. I think the 55 machine as Murphy went around. We'll try and see what exactly caused it. Looked like the 93 got into Brian Voss like we saw. As they were trying to sort that out, there was just nowhere for the 29 machine to go. And around he went. 28 laps into this one, 3 caution flags so far. We are under caution. Your top 5 still the same. James Pileski up 6 positions from the drop of the green flag. Made that contact with Brian Voss. And that sort of started that incident. Zach Murphy could not get the 29 machine slowed down. So we get the 1 to go signal. We'll go single file. A single file restart here on lap 30. Pace car drops his way to the bottom side of the racetrack. No contact from behind. Everybody's shooting all kinds of directions. Big stack up there on the start. A couple cars gonna lose some positions here potentially. Brandon Elvis to the bottom side of Mark Eden. Like it just happened from about the 4th row back. Cars starting to go before Justin Brooks quite got to the box. Luckily, though, I think everything going to sort itself out, but your front 2 cars have broken away here by about a second. Right now, the Binkley brothers battling for the 13th spot up in front of them. Chris Smith trying to work his way back forward in the 80. He had that contact with Zach Murphy where Murphy had nowhere to go after Smith got loose in front of him. Give Chris Smith the 11th spot right there as he gets around Brandon Kelly. Up front, Brian Voss and James Pileski battling right here for the 6th position. Voss on the bottom side, Pileski trying to hold him down there. Very tough to run the bottom here at the South Boston Speedway. Pileski not giving Voss a lot of room there. Really holding tight to the bottom. Once that outside lane off to the starts. Voss begins to look to the inside once again, and around goes the 93. Around goes the 93 of James Pileski. Watch what happened. We saw those 2 battling. Yeah, we'll watch that one more time. Try to go on board with Brian Voss. Caution flag is back out here for the 4th time. Lesky and Voss going to be heading to the back after that one. We are 40 laps in. Field gets the 1 to go signal. We will be single file on the restart once again. As the lights are off, pace car into turns 3 and 4. It'll make the hard left turn down to the safety of pit road. And it's Justin Brooks, Brian Grable into the restart zone. A better start that time. Brooks getting away nicely, everybody getting away nicely as they work their way down the back straightaway. Look at your field, single file throughout the field, and back behind though, Brian Voss around in the 55. Not sure what happened there. '93 machine of James Pileski into the back bumper. Clearly not happy about that last incident. Go on board with Pileski in the 93. As Pileski in the 93 was not happy with Brian Voss. You could tell after that last incident. As the two of them not happy with one another. They get the 1 to go signal. We've got 17 cars on the lead lap. Zach Murphy 1 lap down on the 29. As Justin Brooks, Brian Grable, Mark Keedeman going to be your top 3 once again. As the pace car drops to the bottom side of the racetrack, they'll line up into the restart zone, back underway here at South Boston. Down the back stretch into turns 1 and 2. A couple cars sideways once again. A couple cars into one another. Brian Voss in the 55 trying to move his way back forward. Brady Cox right there, winner of your B feature earlier on. Straightaway Cox still battling with Kelly in the 9 machine. Back behind him, Jesse Binkley in the 25 goes around, and that's going to bring out the caution once again. The 6th caution flag of the evening. 6th caution flag of the evening flying on lap number 47. We saw Binkley battling with Brian Voss and Caleb Thompson. Yeah, a little bit of contact right there. Couldn't really get a good judgment of what happened there. We'll try to look from the drone footage. Looked like just a disagreement on space between Caleb Thompson and Jesse Binkley. As the field gets the halfway signal, Justin Brooks continues to show the way. We've got 17 cars on the lead lap. Jesse Binkley, unfortunately, out after this one. Cross flags, halfway in, halfway home right there. The field gets the 1 to go signal. It'll be your same top 5 from the get-go, but we've got a couple more contenders making their way into the top 10. Trey Ashworth in the 8 machine, currently sitting in the 6th spot. Jeremiah Woods in the 7th position. Chris Smith back up into the top 10 of the 80 machine. As we roll through the restart zone once again into the box. Late restart there from Justin Brooks. Everybody a little bit bunched up going into the corner, but we're back underway. Down the backstretch they go. A couple of cars sideways. Looks like everybody will keep it in the right direction. Clint Walker had a heck of a save out of turns 1 and 2 that time. He's battling with Brady Cox for the 11th spot. Ryan Ross right there in the 55, trying to find a way back forward. Gillespie in the 93 looks underneath Clint Walker. On the outside, right number in front of them. Chris Smith underneath Jeremiah Woods. Battle down the back straightaway. Smith on the bottom side. Woods up top. Looks like Smith will have Brandon Kelly, the 9 machine, way up the racetrack. Big time sideways there. He's at the outside wall. He's going to lose a couple positions. That moves Brady Cox into the top 10. Up in front, Caden Binkley trying to fight his way back forward. Look in on the battle for the lead. Your top 5 broken away from Trey Ashworth. Green wall in 22, all over the bumper of Justin Brooks trying to find a lane to maybe make a pass. And obviously still early on in this one. There's a bumper right there to the back of Jeremiah Woods. Binkley in the 98 wants to go forward. He knows the time's running out. He wants a shot at this one. Back in the 9th position right now. So far this season in the 98 machine has had 2 starts in late October. Doesn't have a top 10 to show for it so far. Doing pretty good right now, right in the 9th spot though. Meanwhile, up front, Brandon Elvis battling with Mark Kedeman. Kedeman trying to make that outside lane work. As he is way up the track in the center of the corner. Godfrey right there, ready to pounce as well. Godfrey on the bottom. Elvis on the bottom, loose down there. That's going to allow Kedeman to poke his nose back out in front. Battle on for the 3rd spot right here. Your front 2 cars have gotten away a little bit. As Brandon Elvis continues to battle with Mark Kedeman. Go on board with the 54. Looks like Kedeman able to get back in front of the 54 of Elvis. But on board right here, you just see how much these drivers are really having to put into this race car. Kedeman looks very sideways in that 2 machine. Having a hard time holding the bottom of the racetrack. He's driving off that right rear tire. And that's going to allow Elvis to look back to the bottom once again. Brandon Elvis to the bottom side. Mark Kedeman up on the outside lane. Austin Godfrey got into the outside wall in the 3rd spot. He's trying to follow whichever driver's going to go forward here. Down the front straightaway they go. Into turns 1 and 2, a little bit of contact that time. Elvis up the racetrack a little bit. Kedeman trying to hold that outside lane. Looks like Kedeman will take that spot. Here comes Austin Godfrey looking to the bottom, 3 wide. We are nearly 3 wide into turns 1 and 2. What kind of action are we seeing here? As they work down the front straightaway, your top 2, about 1.5 seconds in front of this battle. As Mark Kedeman is under fire for that 3rd spot. Here comes Brian Voss looking 3 wide underneath Brady Cox. He's into the left side of the 76 machine. Cox way up the racetrack, and there goes the 98 of Caden Binkley. Big time contact there. Brady Cox in the 76 machine, not happy after that one. Brian Voss drove that car to the inside. There was big time contact there, up off the corner. Caden Binkley got caught in a bad spot. See the 55 drive to the inside. Brian Voss in the 55 machine, trying to get aggressive right there. Unfortunately, a lot of damage on that race car after that. Try to get one more look at it from the drone. Time contact right there. Just not what you want to see. We are 73 laps in, 7 caution flags. It's all going to come down to these final 25 laps. Pace car drops to the bottom side of the racetrack. Justin Brooks into the restart zone. Brian Grable, good start there. Into turns 1 and 2. We're back underway. Into turns 1 and 2, Brian Grable in the second spot, under fire from Mark Keeman in the 2 machine. They work their way through the turns 3 and 4. Justin Brooks going to hold the advantage once again. Brian Grable able to get into the second spot here. We'll have 25 laps to go at the line right here. Meanwhile, back behind, a big stack up off the corner. James Pileski trying to work his way back forward into the 7th spot. Pileski in the 93 was at the back of this one, has worked his way back up into the top 10. He's going to set his sights on Chris Smith. As up front, Brian Grable going to try everything he can to get to the back bumper of the 33 machine, to have any kind of opening to get to the inside or even the outside lane. He's got 23 laps to figure out a game plan to find something he can do to get that top spot. He's very close to that 33 machine. So they work their way through turns 3 and 4. Once again, your top 6 now have broken away from the field. Brandon Elvis taking another peek to the inside of Mark Keedeman. These two have battled all season long. These two are back and forth as on the all-time win list column for Leave the Pack. Elvis right now currently holds the top spot, but Keedeman wants it. Elvis with 7 wins, Keedeman with 6. Very close between the two. As Elvis looking back to the bottom once again. Keedeman trying everything he can to keep the 54 machine at bay. We've got 20 laps to go. It's 19 this time by. Patience is going to start to run out for these drivers. Let's look at Austin Godfrey right there in the 1 machine. He would love a podium finish here in the late model stock. Only 1 start this season. Did not get the result he wanted. These drivers all fighting hard right now for that 3rd spot. Look at Chris Smith right there in the 80 machine. He wants a part of this action too. He was spun around at one point in this race. He's worked his way back forward. Keedeman all kinds of sideways that time. That's going to open up the door for Elvis. He's going to be clear in the 1 and 2. Here comes Austin Godfrey. Godfrey going to try to sneak to the inside of the 54 as Keedeman falls back to the 6th spot. Elvis in the 3rd position here. He's got Austin Godfrey all over the back bumper. Godfrey in the one machine. Going to try everything he can, and he's going to dive it to the bottom side. Godfrey to the bottom for 3rd. Give him the spot. As Elvis gives him a little bit of a bumper into turns 1 and 2. A little bit more on the exit right there. Elvis not happy with that dive bomb into turns 3 and 4. As Godfrey gets loose up the racetrack. Elvis going to swoop back to the bottom side. We've got a battle brewing for the 3rd spot here late in this one. Godfrey back to the 4th position in the one machine. He's going to try to work his way back. As Elvis is loose once again in the 54. That might open up the door off the corner. Godfrey trying to find a way back to the bottom side here. A little bit of a tap of the bumper there. Elvis shoots down the racetrack. Godfrey, though, got out of the throttle pedal. Allowed him to save that. Down on the apron, Godfrey goes a little bit sideways, though, down in the marbles. 12 laps to go, and the battle is amazing for the 3rd spot. These guys giving it everything they've got. As Godfrey goes down the racetrack, Elvis shoots up the track in the 54. Austin Godfrey wanted that 3rd spot. He got it. Still back behind Trey Ashworth into the outside wall. Looks like everybody's in the right direction, though. So we've got 10 laps to go. Austin Godfrey in the 3rd spot right now. Mark Keedeman in the 4th or 5th position. Brandon Elvis runs 5th. Look at James Pileski trying to knock on the top 5 right here in the 93. He's tracked this top group down. With 9 laps to go, he would love to get into the top 5. Chris Smith very sideways up in front of him. He's going to take a peek to the inside. That's the battle for the 6th spot. Pileski able to get clear up off the corner, moved James Pileski into the 6th position. We'll see if he can't get up into the top 5. Meanwhile, your leaders have completely left the field. Justin Brooks about 1.6 seconds ahead of Brian Grable in the 2nd spot. Grable on his own down the back straightaway. He's going to come back to 6 laps to go. 6 to go for these drivers. The battle still fierce for that 3rd position. Brandon Elvis trying to work his way back onto the podium. Elvis not able to get a podium finish so far this season in the late model stock cars. Wants that finish more than anything here. With 4 laps to go, he's starting to run out of time if he wants a shot at that one machine. Godfrey up the racetrack. Elvis down on the bottom side. Godfrey into the wall. There was contact off the corner right there. 3 laps to go for these drivers. Justin Brooks making his way down the backstretch right here. A huge lead for the 33 machine. As he comes through turns 3 and 4, the popsicle sticks up in the air. 2 laps to go for Justin Brooks. We're watching the battle for the 3rd spot right now. 2 to go right there. Justin Brooks, though, into turns 3 and 4. Gonna get the white flag one more time around for Justin Brooks, trying to pick up the victory for the 4th time this season. Meanwhile, for 3rd, Austin Godfrey has a comfortable gap built up. And for the final time through turns 3 and 4, Justin Brooks gonna pick up the victory here at South Boston. Justin Brooks picking up the victory here at the South Boston Speedway. So far this season, he has led 259 laps. Go ahead and add 100 more to that. 359 laps this season out of 415. His lap lead percentage is somewhere in the 80s. He's putting up some crazy numbers. Justin Brooks, once again, your winner here at South Boston. We're going to take a quick break here on the WD Broadcasting Network. We'll take a quick step away, and we'll grab a word from our top 3 finishers when we return. Be right back. Alrighty, folks, back here on the WD Broadcasting Network. Going to grab a word from our top 3 finishers. First, from our 3rd place finisher here tonight, Austin Godfrey. Up into the broadcast booth. Austin Godfrey, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, you started in the 5th place spot here tonight. Looked like you had a fast number 1 machine all night long, and you were patient in that top 5, held your ground, worked your way towards the front at the end, ended up in the 3rd spot. Tell me how you feel after 100 laps.
I felt really good. That was like my best probably finish ever in a 100 lap feature. I learned a lot from this race, to be patient in the race, just ride smooth, be smooth the whole race, save your tires till the end, and it worked out. I got past Brandon and Mark at the end, saved my tires a little bit better than them, and just stayed smooth, stayed my stuff till the end.
Yeah, those guys battled in front of you for many, many laps. They were side by side. You just kind of waited right there in the wings, and eventually you were able to get around Brandon Elvis there at the end of that one and pick up the podium finish here. Your first top 5 and top 3 finish of the season in the Late Model Stock Series, so it's got to feel good after a rough start to the late model season. Who do you have to thank for a 3rd place finish here tonight in the 1 machine?
Bump and Run on YouTube. Justin Coleman for creating my late model stock paint, and 47 Speed Shop setup shop.
Alrighty, well, congratulations to you, Austin, on your 3rd place run here tonight, and we wish you luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, now to talk to our 2nd place finisher, Brian Grable, up into the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, represented the WD Broadcasting Network scheme pretty well here tonight. Ran 2nd to Justin Brooks, and he's been unstoppable this season. So that's basically a win, like they say, Great run for the 22 machine here tonight. How do you feel?
I felt really good, man. Right before that last caution, I was really keeping up with him pretty good. Just after that last caution, man, this car wouldn't do anything. I loose in, loose through the center, and loose off. I mean, I was driving a dirt car. I could have took this sucker to Eldora for the World 100 and won it. But it is what it is. I just hung on. I knew I didn't have many laps left, and I wasn't worried about the guys out back. So I just kind of kept the car kind of straight if I could, and just was going to take my 2nd place finish.
Yeah, you definitely had a gap built up back behind. Those guys battled for that 3rd spot pretty hard towards the end of that race, and you didn't really have to put too much effort in there at the end. Kind of got to put that car on cruise control, but still a great run for the 22. Who do you have to thank for the 2nd place spot?
Well, I'd like to thank you for letting me run your car tonight. Felt good to be able to get a 2nd place with it. Wanted to win, but hey, it's whatever. I also want to thank Race EPI, Napa, Scrub Out Cancer, my parents, and you for putting this on.
Yeah, definitely a fun time. And it's always fun talking to you up here in the booth, Brian. Congratulations to you on a 2nd place run here tonight, and we wish you luck tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Alrighty. And now to talk to the man of the hour once again this week. We talked to him earlier on. Justin Brooks up into the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Alrighty. Well, coming into this evening, you had led 259 laps this season. Let's go ahead and add 100 to that. You have led 359 laps throughout this season. You've collected your 4th feature victory now. How does it feel to be sitting in victory lane once again?
Oh, it feels great. Strategy came out really good tonight. I burnt the right rear up a little bit more than I wanted to, but I mean, I made work of it and still be able to pull away a pretty good margin and still have some good tire wear for the most part compared to everybody else. I mean, job well done on that, and it was a pretty good race. Had fun. I mean, we had some long runs at some point, so it made it really fun for me.
Yeah, good thing. Glad we got to see those long runs. You were able to stretch that lead out at one point to 3 seconds there at the end. We finished green flag pretty much throughout the entire rest of the race. 25 lap, little green flag run there at the end. You were able to get 3 seconds on second. So the 33 machine was definitely quick here tonight. Who do you have to thank for another victory here in the late model series?
Thank you, obviously, putting on this league and all. Thank everybody that races me clean each and every week. Everybody watching. Yeah, pretty much it.
Alrighty, well, you know how this deal goes. You've done it once this season already. You did it again here tonight. 2 wins in a row. Next time we race here in the late models, you'll be starting from the back, which is a couple weeks from now. We've got a 2-week break coming up for the holidays. And then January 7th, actually we've got a 3-week break coming up. January 14th, we'll be at Myrtle Beach. How do you feel going into there with 100 laps, going through the field, starting from the rear?
Well, Myrtle Beach is obviously an attrition track. You got to save your stuff, so you ain't got to go all out every single lap like you do at IRP for the most part. So I feel like I'll be fine as long as I keep the nose on it, just methodically try to work my way up and play the restarts right and cool my tires back down. I mean, I think I could do it. It all depends. Myrtle Beach is a good track for me. We'll see. I mean, it'll definitely be a challenge, but the biggest thing is just keeping my nose clean. If I keep my nose clean this time, I think we got a shot for our top 3.
Alrighty, well, like you said, Myrtle Beach definitely going to be a little bit more friendly to pass than IRP, and you're going to probably have a little bit better hand dealt there. But 100 laps, you're going to have a lot of time to work with. Going to be a fun race watching you from the rear. But a great run here tonight, Justin. Congratulations to you once again on your 4th victory of the season.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, folks, that was Justin Brooks. Winner here tonight. You see the results on the left side of your screen. Mark Keedeman really fell off there at the end, had some issues with that tire. I think might have overheated that tire a little bit. Your top 5, Justin Brooks, Brian Gravel, Austin Godfrey, Brandon Elvis, and James Pileski bringing that car back. Good run for the 93. But that's going to do it for us here tonight. Thank you guys for watching the WD Broadcasting Network. If it's your first time here, hit that red subscribe button. Follow us on Facebook and follow the Leave the Pack iRacing League on Facebook as well. But that's going to conclude our festivities here tonight at South Boston. I'm your host, Winston Deal, signing it off. We will see you guys back tomorrow night. Peace.